there's an unbelievable but true benefit coming out of half. The Homeowners Assistance Fund, the $10 billion slush fund that the federal government has doled out to the states to give to homeowners who cannot pay their mortgages, to help them pay back money that they did not owe. But there's also something new. And we're going to talk about this in 2 seconds, but I'm going to give you a hint. Basically, the government is giving mortgage principal reduction grants in order to lower the amount of money that's owed so that you can better qualify for a loan modification. So half is a $10 billion bucket of money that the federal government has doled out to all 50 states and all territories in the United States, where each state gets tens and sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars, depending on the size of their state, to then give out to homeowners who do not qualify for other assistance in hopes of letting them keep their homes after a COVID-related reduction in income or increase in expenses. Now, this buried deep in the rules is something that I saw recently that I really could not explain or could really believe. It's an extraordinary half benefit where the government is basically telling the states that they can, if they want, they can give money to individual homeowners to reduce the principal that they owe on their homes in order to make it easier for them to qualify for a loan modification. We're going to look at that right here. If you go to this website, which I'm going to put the link right at the bottom of the screen, you can scroll down and we can go straight to what I'm talking about. This document here that we're looking at now is basically the rules and the suggestions and what the federal government is telling the states they can use the money for. If we scroll down here, we look at this, and this one particular line buried deep inside this document says that the states can give money to homeowners to reduce principal. Now, what does that mean? That means that, much like in the state of Florida, there's a $50,000 limit. In theory, the state of Florida can give a homeowner in Florida $50,000 directly to their mortgage company to pay down the principal so that when they apply for a loan modification, they owe less so that the loan modification is easier for the homeowner to pay. So, what are we talking about here? We're talking about free money grants. This is money you don't have to pay back. This is money that's given to the homeowner through the mortgage company, and the homeowner doesn't have to come up with any money to pay this back. Sometimes there are restrictions, meaning that you have to keep the home for some period of time. But if you do what you're told, then you don't have to pay this money back. Now, each state is treating the half money differently. You're going to have to check on your state to see what they're doing. They're definitely paying back mortgage arrears, meaning the money that you couldn't pay during your forbearance, and they're using the money to pay back taxes and other things. There's also a line in there that says that you can get money to reduce principal. Now again, the purpose of reducing the principal is not to give you a gift. It would be used in tandem with a loan modification. So let's say that you owed $200,000 on your mortgage and you're in Florida and you got a $50,000 reduction in your principal. Now you owe $150,000, and a loan modification with a lower interest rate, $150,000 is much easier to deal with than a mortgage modification of $200,000 at even at a lower interest rate. So that is the purpose of this half grant. It would be to lower the principal. It's not necessary to give you a gift, but to make it easier for some homeowners to then be able to afford a loan modification. This is extraordinary that the government would give money directly to homeowners so that they can then pay less on their mortgage and maybe keep their homes. Now, I get this question a lot. The program is not available yet in most states, actually in any state that I've seen. It will be available, from what I read, in early 2022, but that is only 60 days away. So make sure that you go onto the description of my video here and get your link so that you can link into your state's website that will then tell you when the money is available for you.